monde, c'est The Matin. Aujourd'hui on se retrouve pour une nouvelle vidéo, pour finalement un nouvel épisode de Alan Wake American Nightmare. Car oui, le précédent épisode n'était pas le dernier comme je le pensais, mais simplement un petit changement. Ok. Bon. Des munitions, une page. On va quand même refaire un petit tour rapide d'inspection. Parce que bah, de toute façon, il faut aller chercher la pièce manquante dans la voiture. Comme ça, au moins, on n'aura pas besoin de le faire. Même si j'imagine qu'il faudra quand même sortir pour les vannes. Enfin, tu vois, ça va être beaucoup plus puissant. Oh yeah, baby. Je vais t'arracher la tête avec ça. On check le checkpoint. Pourquoi il y a marqué get là-bas? Ah bah oui, évidemment, ça a changé de place. Vas-y, vas-y. Oh. Ok, donc retournons au télescope. Oh là là. Bon, on va pouvoir inaugurer cette là. Bien sûr. Puissant. Hop, checkpoint. En vrai, ici, c'est pour si vraiment il est censé y avoir une page de manuscrit. Oh, bah, on va ramasser des fleurs quand même. Ok. 24. C'était combien pour là? Je sens que c'était 40. 40. C'est des fous furieux. Ok. Je vais faire le tour quand même, parce que bon, il y a que ce bâtiment et ça m'étonnerait qu'il y ait une page. En bas, il y a marqué qu'il y a des munes. Mais ici aussi, il y a des munitions.
It's you! How dare you! No, wait. It isn't you, is it? I suppose you'd better come in. I'll unlock the door.
Thanks.
Merci. J'allume plus les télés, c'est mort, quoi que si. Non, j'allume plus les télés, c'est bon. Ça ne sert à rien. À part le voir danser.
Forgive me, but this feels very strange. It seems like this has all happened before.
I have the replacement part for your telescope, Doctor.
All right. Let's get it installed.
Ouais, je sais. Sensation de déjà vu.
I think we can give this a go, although I have this strange feeling that something will
Don't
go
start
wrong.
it up yet. There's a problem with the coolant system.
Yes, that's right. I remember. All right, let me think. If they're sabotaging it, they'll be at the primary coolant pipe outside. If you can secure it, we should be ready to pick up the signal. That is why you're here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'll take care of it.
Before you go, if you have the time, I'd appreciate if you came up here and explained a few things. All of this is very strange to me.
Bon, on va aller lui expliquer d'abord.
Hello.
I don't quite know what's going on, but I seem to remember having had this encounter before.
It's not deja vu, Doctor. This has happened before. We're caught in a time loop.
That's utterly insane. How could that be?
I can't really explain it. I suppose I could call it magic.
I don't believe in magic.
Neither do I. But I can't argue with what I've experienced. Listen, what matters now is the signal. The last time we only caught a part of it. I need the rest of it. Whether you believe me or not, you want to look into this as much as I do, right?
Yes. All right.
I realize that you have trouble believing this.
That's an understatement. I can't deny that what you say resonates with me on some level I don't pretend to understand. But for all I know, I'm simply delusional.
But it's not just you. I've experienced the same thing as you. Doesn't that prove something, at least?
Maybe. On the other hand, given your appearance, and the fact that you're trying to convince me that I'm not insane, perhaps you're merely a hallucination that accompanies my delusions.
You're not having a psychotic episode, Doctor. For what it's worth, I'm a skeptic by nature. I completely understand your reluctance to believe me.
There are people caught so deep in their psychosis that they retroactively manufacture memories and beliefs that conform to the situation at hand.
Sure, but you have to stop second-guessing yourself at some point, if you want to get something done.
Dans tes dents. Il y en a qu'une à sécuriser cette fois-ci.
Am I correct? You should be able to turn on the lights and secure the area that way.
Doctor, can you hear me? I think we're good to go.
All right. I'll start looking for the signal. Please, head back.
I guess they didn't like that.
Excuse Sammy.
Damn mountain's trying to kill me.
Oh shit. Ça va comme ça? You. J'espère que c'était le dernier.
It's working. Please, come up here.
Find the signal?
Yes, I don't think it's quite the same thing we had, the last time. Still, we're definitely picking it up.
Are we getting the complete signal now?
I'm afraid not. Take a look at it yourself. I'm printing out a hard copy now. I'd like to ask you a question or two before that, though, if you don't mind.
What's on your mind, Doctor?
Most people would find these events extremely disturbing, provided that they survive these creatures, that is. You seem to be quite adept at dealing with the situation. Why is that?
Yes, I was involved in... It's a complex story. I was in this small town, and a horrible thing from another dimension kidnapped my wife and manipulated me into writing this horror story that came true. I learned to fight it with light, and I managed to contain it and free my wife. But I was trapped in its world.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Eh non.
So, I'm used to reality working in strange or even impossible ways. And I fought these things, not exactly like this, but close enough for a good while now. Of course, I have certain advantages. Was there anything else?
What did you mean when you said you have advantages?
At the risk of sounding like a lunatic, reality is much more fluid than people think. It can be influenced.
I didn't take you for a mystic.
I'm not. I'm a writer. And under certain conditions, I can, for lack of a better word. Rewrite reality. Change things.
C'est vrai.
Absurd.
But it works.
Assuming
C'est vrai.
I
En tant
believe
qu'écrivain, on se
this,
comprend
why don't you
et...
simply, I don't know, write yourself some superpowers?
It's not quite that simple. You need to follow certain laws of
Bah oui.
drama, I suppose. You need to think about consistency and symbolism. Often what you write isn't anywhere near as important as what you imply. There are things out there that will
Bah,
take
sinon, il y a
advantage of your
personne qui mourrait dans les
mistakes.
livres.
You really believe in this?
Yes.
Don't look at me like that. You've experienced some of this yourself.
I will gladly admit that something exceedingly strange is going on. But this idea that you're somehow altering reality with your writing is ridiculous. You're essentially saying you're controlling my actions. Leaving aside the rational arguments against this, what gives you the right?
Well, it's more like having a destiny. A path you're on. You're not aware of it, but there it is. If somebody changes it, what difference does it make? It's what every writer does. If you write something that affects one of the characters, they don't really know about that.
I'm not a character. Are you saying that it's all right to take advantage of someone if they aren't aware of it?
Look, all I meant was that if you're genuinely making all your own decisions, and those decisions lead to whatever destiny you have, what practical difference does it make?
I suppose that depends on whether our destinies are determined by things like physics and probabilities, or natural reality, which is presumably neutral and impartial, or by some kind of an intelligence. If it's the latter, that intelligence makes choices based on some criteria. If we suffer as a result of those choices, there's a moral and ethical element involved, regardless of whether we're aware of its manipulations. Wouldn't you agree?
You're taking this very well. I thought you'd be angry.
I suppose I would be if I thought you could actually do this.
Another printout. Another signal fragment. The message is still not complete, but it's another piece of the weapon he has built against his adversary. Mere words on a piece of paper, but in the right hands, they will hold back the darkness.
Non, 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 me dis pas ça. La dernière fois qu'on n'a pas eu le truc en entier, on est revenu dans le passé. Si on revient encore dans le passé, ça va pas le faire. Bon, après, ça risque d'aller de plus en plus vite.
The last time the man came to the drive-in, it did not end well. He hopes to avoid that fate this time. He hopes that what he has brought with him to this place is enough.
J'espère aussi. Bon, bref les amis, avant d'entrer dedans, on va se laisser là. On va se laisser là parce que c'est la fin de l'épisode. J'espère que ça vous aura plu. Si c'est le cas, n'hésitez pas à laisser un like, un commentaire et à partager. Et je vous dis à la prochaine pour une autre vidéo. C'était The Titan. Ciao tout le monde.